Welcome to Trending Today podcast. Everything you missed today in 15 minutes. $28 million for ruby slippers. Can you believe it?
I know, right? It's mind-boggling. A piece of Hollywood history sold for an absolutely staggering sum.
It's more than staggering, it's historic. These aren't just any ruby slippers, you know. We're talking the ruby slippers. Judy Garland's ruby slippers. From The Wizard of Oz.
The 1939 classic. One of the most beloved films of all time. I mean, who hasn't seen The Wizard of Oz?
Exactly. And these slippers, they're iconic. A true symbol of movie magic. And now they're the most expensive piece of Hollywood memorabilia ever sold. It's just, wow.
$28 million. Actually, with auction house fees, the final price tag was even higher, right? Something like $32.5 million?
$32.5 million. It just blows my mind. Think of all the things you could buy with that kind of money.
A small island? A fleet of luxury cars? A lifetime supply of, well, everything, practically.
Ha, exactly. But someone decided those ruby slippers were worth it. Which makes you wonder, who was the buyer?
They're keeping their identity a secret for now, which only adds to the mistake, right? It's like another layer of Ozian magic.
It really is. I bet the auction itself was a wild ride. Imagine being in that room witnessing the bidding war unfold.
It must have been intense, a real nail-biter, starting with online bids already at over $1.5 million, and then the live auction.
A 15-minute bidding frenzy, they say. Multiple bidders, all vying for a piece of Hollywood history. The atmosphere electric. I can practically feel it.
Absolutely. And to think these slippers have a history even beyond the film itself. A history of, well, let's just say it's a bit shady.
Oh, you mean the whole theft and recovery saga? Yeah, that's a story in itself. Stolen from the Judy Garland Museum.
In Grand Rapids, Minnesota, back in 2005. Smashed display case, a daring heist. It sounds like something straight out of a movie.
It does, doesn't it? And the thief, Terry John Martin, eluded authorities for years. Over a decade. The FBI finally recovered the slippers in 2018.
Can you imagine? The slippers were gone for 13 years. A real mystery. And the motive? Apparently, Mr. Martin thought the rubies were real. Talk about a miscalculation.
A huge miscalculation. He thought he was going to make off with a fortune. But they were glass, not real rubies. It's almost comical, in a way. Except, of course, it's not funny at all. It's a serious crime.
Absolutely. And there's even more to the story. Another individual, Jerry Hal Salerterman, potentially involved as a fence. It's a tangled web, that's for sure.
So, not just any ruby slippers, right? We're talking one of only 4 surviving pairs from the actual production.
Wow. Just wow. 4 pairs. And these are the ones that fetched over $32 million. That's more than a masterpiece painting.
Way more. They blew past the pre-auction estimate. Remember? They were thinking, what, 3 million? Tops?
3 million! Ha! They underestimated the power of odd, it seems. 10 times the estimate. 10 times!
It's insane. It shows you the the everlasting popularity of that film. It's timeless. Generations have grown up watching it.
Absolutely. And it's not just the film, right? It's the cultural impact. The slippers themselves are iconic.
Exactly. They're symbolic of dreams, of escape, of movie magic, pure and simple.
And these particular slippers, as you said, they have a dramatic history, a captivating tale, as our narrator put it.
The theft. That's what adds to the allure, doesn't it? The mystery, the intrigue.
Stolen from the Judy Garland Museum. Unbelievable.
In Grand Rapids, Minnesota, back in 2005. A smashed display case. Sounds like a Hollywood heist.
It does! A real-life movie plot, and it took the FBI 13 years to recover them.
13 years, can you believe it? 13 years those slippers were gone. Vanished.
Like magic. Except not the good kind. More like, bad magic.
Ha! Yeah, bad magic. Stolen right out of the Judy Garland Museum. In Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Smashed display case. It's crazy.
2005. That's when it happened. This Terry John Martin sounds like he was a career criminal, right?
Well, he had a history of burglary, that's for sure. 65 years old at the time, figure he'd go for one last big score.
One last big score with glass slippers. Seriously, he thought the rubies were real?
I know, right? It's almost unbelievable. Like, did he not do any research? The Wizard of Oz? Come on.
Apparently not. His lawyer said that was his motive. He genuinely thought he was stealing a fortune, a king's ransom in rubies.
It's comical, isn't it? Almost. Except, of course, it's a serious crime. And it deprived the world of these iconic slippers for over a decade.
Absolutely. The narrator called it a captivating tale. A captivating tale of, well, stupidity, maybe? Mixed with a dash of audacity?
Audacity, yeah. And a whole lot of misplaced hope, I'd say. Imagine his face when he finally found out they were just glass.
Oh, I bet that was a priceless moment. The FBI finally catches up to him in 2018, 13 years later, and they're like, surprise, those aren't real rubies.
So this Terry John Martin, he thought he was going to be rich, huh? Rich beyond his wildest dreams. With glass slippers.
Huh. It's almost too much to believe. Seriously, did he not watch the movie? Didn't he know? I mean, everybody knows.
Apparently not. Or maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he thought they were replaced at some point? I mean, everybody knows.
Apparently not. Or maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he thought they were replaced at some point with real rubies? Wishful thinking, maybe?
Maybe. Or maybe he just didn't think it through at all. Which I guess is kind of fitting, considering.
Considering he got caught, yeah. And he pleaded guilty, right?
He did. And got, what was it, time served? Due to his failing health. Time served. After 13 years, well, after the FBI finally tracked down the slippers, so he did serve some time. But yeah, I mean, given how long those slippers were gone, it's not nothing.
Right, and there's that other guy too, right? Saladerman? Jerry Hal Saladerman?
Saladerman, yeah. Potentially involved as a, what do they call him, a fence?
A fence. Someone who buys and sells stolen goods. So maybe Martin wasn't working alone. Maybe he had a buyer lined up. Someone who also thought the rubies were real.
Oh, man. Imagine that conversation. Jerry, bad news. They're not rubies.
What do you mean they're not rubies? I paid you. Well, I promised to pay you a king's ransom.
Exactly. It's like a comedy of errors. A very expensive, very illegal comedy of errors. But seriously, Salaterman is still under investigation, right?
That's what they say. Still under investigation. So maybe there's more to this story than we know.
Maybe. It's already pretty wild, though. And the auction itself? Wow. A real spectacle, huh?
A spectacle is an understatement. Starting with online bids at over $1.5 million.
And then a 15-minute bidding frenzy. Multiple bidders, all needing those slippers. Electric atmosphere, I bet. The narrator described it as a thrilling spectacle.
Thrilling is the word. I wish we could have, I don't know, been a fly on the wall just to witness that. The tension, the excitement.
The drama? Can you imagine? Millions of dollars going up, up, up?
For a pair, well, not just a pair of slippers, the pair of slippers. Judy Garland's ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz.
From the 1939 classic. A piece of Hollywood history. A symbol of, well, everything Oz represents, right? Dreams, escape, magic.
Magic, exactly. And with that dramatic backstory, the theft, the mystery, the recovery, it all adds to the allure, the mystique.
Okay, so, wow, $32.5 million for slippers? I'm still trying to process that.
I know, right? It's almost surreal, like something out of a fairy tale. Or a dream, an Odeon dream.
Huh. Exactly. And the buyer? Still a secret. Which, let's be honest, just adds to the whole mystique.
The mystery. It's like, who is this person? What kind of collector has that kind of cash and that kind of passion for ruby slippers?
A serious collector, obviously. Someone who understands the historical significance, the cultural impact.
The magic. Let's not forget the magic. These aren't just any slippers. They're the slippers. Judy Garland's. From Oz.
From the 1939 classic. A timeless film. A piece of our collective childhood, practically. Right?
Absolutely. Generations have grown up watching Dorothy, following the yellow brick road, clicking her heels.
And those slippers, they're more than just props. They're a symbol of hope, of dreams. Well, you said it. Magic. Pure movie magic. Right? Pure movie magic. And now they're the most expensive piece of Hollywood memorabilia ever sold. It's mind-boggling. So, like, he thought glass slippers were worth a king's ransom? Seriously.
I know, right? Talk about, wishful thinking. Delusional, even. He must have thought he hit the jackpot. Literally.
Jackpot? More like a glass pot. But seriously, 13 years, gone, vanished, poof. It's unbelievable.
It really is. And then the auction. Over $32 million for those slippers. The ones with the crazy backstory.
The backstory definitely adds to the mystique, right? The theft, the mystery, the sheer audacity of it all.
Absolutely. It's like it's a fairy tale almost, but a real one with real-life consequences and a real-life record-breaking price tag.
A record-breaking price tag. For ruby, well, not ruby slippers, glass slippers. It's mind-blowing, honestly. Makes you wonder what the thief thinks now, right?
I can only imagine. Probably kicking himself. Those glass slippers could have been my 32 million.
32 million for slippers. Slippers, it's insane.
Utterly insane, but also kind of magical in a way. The whole story, from Oz to the auction blocks, it's like a journey. A very strange, very expensive journey.
A journey through time, through Hollywood history, through the criminal justice system, let's be honest.
Exactly. It's a story, a captivating tale, as our narrator put it, a tale worthy of its own Hollywood production. And who knows, maybe someday it will be.
Maybe. Stranger things have happened. Speaking of which, I'd say after listening to us talk about the magic of Oz and $32 million and glass versus rubies, I'd say we could all use a heavy dose of our own Ozian dream, right?
I agree. A little escape, a little magic. It's good for the soul. So to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on Trending today, and may all your dreams, even the slightly crazy ones, come true.